Today I'm going to be talking about the assessment for the Sales 1 course, and I'm going to start off by talking about the sales action plan. As you're aware, the assessment is divided into two sections, which has the action plan, which is worth 50% of the assessment, and the individual role play. A separate video will be talking about the role play. With the action plan, it is actually based on, and as the role play, on the Fisher & Paykel dishwasher. Please be aware that if you want to use a product from your own organisations, you're more than welcome to do so, but there are things that you do need to be sure that you include in your report. What I've actually done is that I've provided you with some information about the Fisher & Paykel. So we do have the cost price, the recommended retail price. You do need to talk about the margin or the markup of the product. We do talk about discounts. So we look at the settlement discount, if that applies for your business, as well as the bulk purchasing discount, so that if they purchase 10 or more dishwashers in one order, they get a 5% discount. Another area that you do need to be mindful of is promotional funds. So for Harvey Norman, to be eligible to receive the $15,000 promotional funds, it's based on selling 200 units of the dishwasher. If they choose to only sell 100 units, they get $7,500. If, on the other hand, they decide to sell 300 units, or if they can sell 300 units, you actually add $7,500 to the $15,000, which makes it $22,500. For the purpose of this exercise, we have actually set a sales target of 200 units in year one for Harvey Norman, which is actually quite achievable. So as you can see, things that we look at here is promotional monies, we talk about sales targets, we talk about the cost. Now, when you're looking at your action plan, it's actually getting yourself organised so that when you do a presentation, you are ready to actually talk to your customer and have all the information at hand. What I suggest with your action plan is set up the action plan as per the information here, and have headings and subheadings, and then you can fill in each section to ensure that you don't miss anything. So when you are looking at completing this, you need to list your objectives, your minimum, your maximum, as well as what you ideally want to achieve in the actual presentation. You do need to include all the information on the product that you're presenting. I have actually provided you with information on the features and benefits, and it's an activity that you do. So what I do suggest is complete that, and you can add that to your report. What I also suggest that you include here is the specifications of the product. That can be found through the Fisher & Paykel website if you are going to be using the dishwasher. You do need to include industry information. I have provided that in the market share information in the workbook. There is information on the industry, so how big Harvey Norman is in relative to the other stores in the area. So you do need to present it either in as a pie chart or a bar chart, and highlight the key points there. You do need to also include information on one major competitor product. In this instance, we have spoken about Miele. If you are doing your own product from your own work, you do need to have one major competitor. In real life, you need to know all your competitor products, but for the purpose of this exercise, we will look at one major competitor or one product. Again, an exercise is done in your workbook which looks at the features and benefits of your competitor. I would actually include that, as well as the specification of the actual product. The next bit of information you need to provide, and it is only 5 possible objections, so make sure you only need to do 5 that are raised, and the answers that you would provide. So you do need to include that in your analysis. In real life, you look at all the possible objections, and you'd have answers for all the possible objections so that you are prepared. The 6th item that you need to consider within your analysis is describing what you think will motivate your customer to accept the product and have it on display in the store. So think about what it is that will motivate them to want to purchase the product. Is it its unique selling proposition. With the Fisher & Paykel, it's the dish drawer. No other brand actually sells this type of product. Is it just the price? Is it the warranty? Is it the brand name? If you think about Apple, people like Apple, want to sell Apple because it's actually a very reliable brand name. The second part of your action plan is looking at presenting presenting the solutions. So what we're looking at here is you need to outline the approach you would take if you were presenting to the buyer. Talk about the sales aids that you will use, whether it's PowerPoint presentations, whether it's slideshow, whether you're going to have little charts that you want to show them. So they're the sales aids. If you're going to have demonstrations, what demonstrations would you use? What videos would you use? Because online there are lots of videos that actually show how the actual dishwasher works and the uniqueness of the dishwasher. The brochures that you would use, as well as an agenda. It's important to have an agenda to ensure that you actually keep on task with the points that you want to cover. The third thing you need to cover is the follow-up, and we're talking about what add-on business you could offer the client to keep them engaged. The after-sales service, once the product is sold, what would you do? And also the continuous service for new products coming onto the market and other factors that may other items that may be of interest to the customer. So if you actually cover each one of these steps, you should be able to complete your action plan quite easily. There is no word count or word limit on this. I just need you to ensure that you cover each section thoroughly. So I look forward to seeing your assignment.